Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of The Ultimate Truth. So, as you know, we always try to reveal the absolute truth about things that are somewhat mysterious. Today, however, we have a surprise for you. As you know, last month, on exactly August 5th of the year 2047, the first time machine was launched, and its success has been booming. So today, and for the first time on in our show, our own journalists are going back to on time and actually meet the one and only شجرة الدر. Now many of you must be wondering why شجرة الدر, or even who is شجرة الدر. Let us talk to you a bit about this outstanding woman. شجرة الدر was mostly famous for being the wife of Egypt's Sultan Al-Salih Najm al-Din Ayyub, and that she was the very first Sultan of Egypt among many other things. شجرة الدر is actually of Turkish origins and was originally a slave bought by Najm al-Din before he became the Sultan. When he became the Sultan in 1240, she gave birth to their son Khalil, after which they got married. Now, the rest of her story and her rise to power, we are going to hear it from our journalists Sama Osman and Khulud Baha.
Thank you, Nancy. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the one and only شجرة الدر, but first we would like to welcome.
Thank you. We're very happy to have you with us today. So as you know, we both come from the 21st century and people have been studying your story for many, many years. However, we heard different versions of your story, so that's why we actually came to meet you today so that you can clarify to our viewers which version is actually true.
What have you heard about me? Well, first we would like to ask you some questions, if this is okay.
Of course. So can you talk to us about the last battle with the Crusades and how you managed to lead an army with your husband dead? I know this is a very sensitive topic. I mean, you lost the love of your life while trying to save the country.
Yeah. So he had a very severe injury in his leg, which caused it to be amputated. And as the Mamalik had a very strong relationship with Malik al-Salih Najm al-Din Ayyub, I couldn't find it in myself to announce his death when he died after a very long stay in bed because he was very sick. So I decided to keep the news to myself. Because this would, if I had told the Mamalik about his death, it would have devastated them, and they wouldn't have been able to complete the battle.
So can you tell us what happened when the war was over and his death was actually announced?
After the war was over, I found it safe, and I thought it was safe to announce his death. And the Mamalik, because they had a very strong loyalty to him, they couldn't find any other ruler to be legitimate. Therefore, they appointed me as a Sultan of Egypt. But apparently, I was not good enough in the eyes of the Abbasid Caliph, because he sent me a letter threatening me, telling me if you don't have a man in Egypt to rule, tell me and I will send you a man from Baghdad. Even though I led the army by myself and won the war.
We heard that there was, after Najm al-Din's death, we heard that there was a conflict between you and Turan Shah. Is this true?
Yeah, because you see, Turan Shah was an irresponsible man. You couldn't see him the ruler of Egypt. He was always drunk. And when I left Egypt, he wanted to take absolute power from me. He sent me, even when I was on a trip to Jerusalem, a letter flattering me. He wanted to take his father's wealth and jewels and take absolute power.
How did the Mamluks find out about this letter?
When I took the letter, I was very angry and frustrated. Therefore, I had to confine his behavior to them.
You ordered the Mamluks to kill him?
Oh, from your question, I can see that you are trying to accuse me. But this is a very, very unacceptable behavior.
No, I'm just trying to know the truth.
However, he was the son of the love of my life. And I would have never, ever do this or something like this.
We were not trying to accuse you, we just, this is one of the versions of your story that we heard, and we just wanted to clarify everything for our viewers and reveal for them the whole truth.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, this is one part of the ultimate truth revealed. Shajarat al-Dur is not the one who killed Turan Shah, the last of the Ayyubid dynasty. The reign of Shajarat al-Dur marked the end of the Ayyubid dynasty and the start of the Mamluk dynasty. And now back to the interview.
Izzeddin Aybak came into the picture?
Yes, because in my opinion, this was the most diplomatic reply to his threat.
Okay, so we know that there were Ayyubids in Syria at the time, so what was their reaction?
They were not satisfied. Therefore, the emirs of Egypt appointed another Mamluk, and he was not a Mamluk. He was an Ayyubid, and he was called Al-Sharaf Musa. They appointed him as a co-sultan to rule along with Aybak. However, the effective rule was with Aybak. A conflict arose, and the conflict was between the Ayyubids and the Mamluks.
What was the reaction of the Abbasid? Did he just...
No, he was very busy with the Mongols, so he told them to settle it peacefully.
Okay, can you talk to us about the Salahiyya Mamluks?
These were the emirs of Egypt who appointed Aybak. They were growing in power, and this made my dear late husband take a very hard decision, which was to get rid of him.
Did he kill him?
Yes,
Of
unfortunately.
their leader? To get rid of their leader?
Yes, and I couldn't do anything about it.
So what happened next?
They had to flee to Syria.
The Salahiyya Mamluks went to Syria?
Yeah. And they had Berbers around them.
Oh, so can you talk to us about your relationship with them?
We had a peaceful relationship built on love for 7 years.
So how did he die?
Want to tell them?
But we heard he was killed.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
No. Yesterday I had a talk with one of the Mamluks and I told him that he died peacefully in his bed.
He died peacefully in his bed.
He died peacefully in his bed.
Okay, so moving on to lighter subject. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now gonna show you a video of the mausoleums that Shajarat al-Durriya built for herself and her late husband Saleh Najmuddin Ayyub.
Thank you to our two interviewers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of today's episode where we reveal that Shajarat al-Durr was not the one who killed Turan Shah or even Izzeddin Aybak, or at least that's what she claims. Do you think what Shajarat al-Durr told us is really the ultimate truth? Or do you think that she might already be hiding things? Will you believe the woman herself or the historical sources that we have today? The choice is up to you. See you next time and good night.